Greetings of peace and love. You know who I am. This is going to be a test video. Well, actually, it may be a real video, but I'm going to record it as a test video because I've been having serious technical difficulty. I truly believe that I have a technological curse on myself coming from the past life. I really believe I was at war with machines or computers like in Terminator and Matrix, you know. But when it comes to technology, that is just not one of my areas. I can't even say strong areas. It's just not one of my areas at all. And it's just always something. And the type of cat that I am, I'm quick to say, fuck it. I can't waste no time on no shit because I'll go crazy and want to get the gat and baya, show this goddamn computer screen where it's at. So I have to just chill out and I go and I write, I type ebooks, I type e-articles, I type course manuals because it works. It's easy. You know, I can just open up a document and just start typing. Whereas with technology, you know, especially this type of technology, like I'm new to Kajabi. Kajabi is not like YouTube. It's just real simple, you know. And Kajabi is not that difficult, but, you know, the blocks. You know, there's certain videos when I attempt to upload, there's a block, can't upload them, you know. And so the people, you guys don't know, so you know, you guys are like, well, where's the videos? You know, where's the content? You know, uh, where's the videos that I'm paying for? You know, where's my money's worth? You know, and you guys are just not knowing. So, um, I've been dealing with that. I actually been dealing with a lot. You know, really going through a lot. You know, setting up several new businesses. You know, dealing with the old in preparation of the new. I've been dealing with the course, the herbology course, adding to the course manual, the business manual, astrology, getting my research on, research and studying movies. I've been doing so much. You know, there's family time. Yeah, I really enjoy kicking it with the fam on the weekends, going to amusement parks, spending time with my boys, talking to my daughters, you know, just going through a lot, experiencing a lot, you know, doing things. I got the store in Glendale. I shut it down to knock out some walls and do some electrical work to convert that into the Light Worker Academy. A few people are mad at me, you know, for doing that. I can't do what I want to do with my own business, you know. But 2014 is the time, you know, for education. You know, I traveled a lot in 2013, and I spent a lot of time outside of LA. So I'm creating a home base, you know, to give lectures at, which is a dream of mine. You know, so we're planning to open up the. It won't even be Djehuty's health store. It'll be the Lightworker Academy health store, whereby the D Health Store products will be in there. So I'm working on that. That's going cool. What else is going on? We got the Crenshaw store up and running. We're working on a lot of the online courses for Djehuty Speaks. Just got a lot going on at the same time, and you know, people just don't understand. You know, people just don't understand, and it's really great that I didn't have access because I probably would have made videos cursing people out, knowing me. That's that Aries in me, you know. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of like the YouTube, and what I mean by that is, even though I'm not on YouTube anymore, you know, I'm still hounded. I mean, it's crazy. And you know, people mean well, but in my mind, I just don't get it. I just don't. You know, I just don't. Nobody is a celebrity to me. You know, I recognize people, talents, their skills, you know, and attributes. I'm just different. I don't get it. So when it happens to myself, I just, you know, I somewhat lose it. I don't show it, but inside, it's like I lose it. And I do my best to remind myself that that's just how people are. That's how people have been programmed here in the Matrix. If they deem you to be great, they're going to respond accordingly. And to me, it's just crazy. I'm doing my best to understand. It's like I understand, but I don't understand. I was at Veggie Grill and I heard somebody saying, Djehuty, Djehuty. Look back, didn't see nobody. Djehuty Madra. And I heard Ernest Cooper, and I said, who the hell is this? And it was a brother, and his name does slip my mind right now. I was actually heading to the parking lot because I had food in hand, taking lunch back to the Glendale office suite for my wife, and I turned around and went back. I said, "Let me go back. Somebody's calling me. Let me go back." And it was a gentleman who he felt compelled to give me my props. I don't require props, but he felt compelled to give me my props, and it turned into a conversation, and I be doing my best to really be nice and be humble because I'm holding the food like, this is for my wife. I'm about to take this to my wife. Like, food get cold after a while, and but the people, they're on what they're on, man. They like, yo, this is Djehuty, I got you. And I think it's an unconscious selfishness. Like, I don't really care about anything. Like, I got to talk to you. I want to do this. And my mind be like, yo, when somebody got food, man, and going somewhere, I mean, that it should click like, let me let this person go. Hey, whatever, bam, take that food to your wife. And it just doesn't happen like that, which is why I don't like for those type of events to happen anyway. I was walking down the street in Los Angeles near the LA store, and I was coming from Staples. I had some office stationery supplies in my hand, and a cat was waiting for the bus. There's a lot of people waiting for the bus over there near the intersection of Vermont and Santa Monica Boulevard. And a brother, I believe he was like Jamaican or Haitian, and he stepped up and like, hey man, shake my hand. I want to shake your hand or something like that. And I said, well, can't you see that my hands are full? And I'm like, why would this dude come out of nowhere? In my mind, I'm not thinking about YouTube or anything. I'm just trying to get back to the store. I'm like, well, what's up, man? He's like, I watch your videos on YouTube, man. Like, we love you. And I don't know who we is, but he's like, man, we love you. We like your content. And I'm like, okay, so it's one of these type of encounters. And I said, well, thank you, man. And, I do what I do for the people. I've been off, for a minute. But nevertheless, I realized the content, you know, it really sunk in deep in a lot of people. But I'm appreciative that you guys, were receptive. And he understood, and I walked off after 5 minutes. Then I came back and I said, this is just a cat who, showing the love. So I went back and I shook his hand. I said, beloved, I would be remiss if I didn't shake your hand. I apologize for coming off the way I did, but I didn't know you, and I don't just, shake hands with anybody. You got a lot of transients, and people be having open sores on their hands. I just don't do that, and I don't mean any offense, but that's just me. I guess you could say, son in the sixth house, health hygiene. But I'm still dealing with that there. I don't know if I'm gonna ever be able to shake it. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm dealing with all of that. I got the business stuff going on. You got the angry people. Let go a lot of employees that were costing me money, and they happen to be friends. And I'm writing some articles. I'll be doing some videos on friends and business, especially when they're African American. It's a horrible mix because these people, they just don't know. They don't know business, which is why they are 95% consumer, and they don't understand business moves, and everything is personal. They don't understand. How they say, this is business. It's not personal. Man, with African Americans, in most cases, it's not even limited to just African Americans. This is just my experience. They just take it personal. So in 2013, you saw friendships, I mean, that lasted a decade, 20 years, just gone all over business, which is really money. So it's a lot of angry people. And it's not just black females, it's black males as well. I mean, it just really got crazy. I mean, these are people, man, that I gave props to in the public. I always gave Todd props, Kelly props, Gump, Forrest, gave him props, Corey, all these people. It's a lot of people, African Americans, that are no longer with me. I had to just let them go. They were not worth their salt in salary, and they were there just for a handout. They were lazy. They got comfortable. And I have a business strategist. Yeah, she just happens to be Caucasian, but she's good. And she's like, listen, you are paying these people too much, and you're getting too little. So my wife and I, we had to do what we had to do. It was a business move, and people lost their minds, and there were all type of videos that the FDA closed me down, The government was after me. I was broke. My empire was crumbling. I mean, just all type of stuff. And it came from all of these people who at one point was taken care of, was on the payroll. And I was like, wow. And it would trip me. I can understand females because females are naturally emotional people. But then again, African Americans are emotional people. And it was the dudes, man. I mean, like Gump, we were like that. And I had to let Gump go. I had to let Gump go, you know. Gump lied to me, you know, that could have, his lie could have jeopardized the business. You know, Gump told me he was paying his child support and he wasn't. And the state found out and, hey, I'm like, dude, how do you expect me to just risk the business and the jobs of 40 people for you? Come on, bro. I mean, we roll righteous, man, and just that nigga gene is just deep, and he my boy, and I love him, he my brother, but wrong is wrong, man. You know, wrong is wrong. Pay. I told him, pay your child support, brother. Pay, man. Pay. Pay your child support, man. Just pay the bare minimum. Just pay it. I mean, you can't force a grown man to do anything, you know. And yeah, so I had to release him. And, you know, in his mind, you know, I was his boy and I fired him, you know. And it wasn't like that. Business was involved. It was a business, but you jeopardized the business because of your omission, your failure, or your reluctance or unwillingness to act. So that's gone down the drains, you know. It was him and his son who put out the video, D-Health store shut down by the FDA, therefore patronize Shamika, you know. And I produced Shamika's products. And I always knew these cats had the hustler mentality. And it's like, Gump, come on, G. You think you're going to get back in the herb game, man, by riding Shamika's coattail and trying to talk negative about me? Don't you know there is nothing that nobody can say about me that's negative, that's going to threaten my business? I mean, people don't get that. Jackson Paul Hamilton doesn't get that. Alexis K. Tyler doesn't get that. I am still making the same amount of money regardless. Sell or no sell. I've done too much. And you got people, the Todd, the Corey, the Gumps. I mean, these are people who were with me, and I always knew the undergirded jealousy factor. But these are people who are with me who, they know I've done the work. These people just came on board and really think they can just bump me out the way. They have no knowledge, because if they had it, they would be living it themselves. You know, and they think they can just bump me out the way and just receive money and just do this whole herbal thing. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. You know, I mean, it's really sad to say, but I have to give credit where credit is due, that my former partners are smarter than all these cats who, according to them, are smarter than my former business partners. And I'm like, no, my former business partners were smart. They took what was given to them, they keep their mouth shut, and they just do business. They're not really trying to take over the game, what have you. These cats are hustlers. They're like the rest of these guys, they're all hustlers. But these guys are smart. You know, it's like, look, they're just doing them mouth shut, that's it. Now, they try to take some little sneaky blows and stuff, but I understand where that comes from. It comes from the hurt of what we went through in 2011. But nevertheless, there's more focus on their business enterprises. And I got to respect that. Whereas with these other cats here, I mean, they're acting like true bitch-made niggas, man. You would have thought that they were in a relationship, male, female, and they just got fucked real good, and then it's over with. Because that's how people are acting. It's like they just got tossed real good and it's over with. And they're going crazy. And these are dudes. And I've seen a lot of this in the past 2 years. So you're dealing with that. And all that coincides with making your moves and stuff like that. So feeble-minded people, they don't know what to believe, you know. Luckily, I didn't really get a lot of emails. I'm so lucky in the sense that most people know me. I probably only got about maybe about two or three inquiries total. Gjehuty, is this true? Because most people, they're going to use common sense. They're going to say, wait a minute. Why would the FDA shut down one store and leave the other ones alone? Why would they? It's just like, I don't know. It's just crazy. But the simple fact that it was started by people who were like this, in-house, being taken care of, who was responsible for that. It's not haters, people who don't know me. It's those who do know you. See, and that's why scripture says that a man's enemy are they of his own household. It never fails. It's the whole Caesar Brutus thing, Jesus Judas thing. And that's life. And I don't trip on that because I understand that I have Uranus and Libra in the 11th house. I understand that. I understand the stellium in the 7th house. Open enemies, partnership, marriage, divorce, law, litigation. I totally understand that. Totally. So I'm also dealing with that. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people were let go. They just happen to be Armenians. And you know what they say about Armenians, and I learned this from the Armenians, that they are the niggas of the European race, you know, of people, European niggas. So the Armenians and the African Americans, I mean, for the most part, they were the ones who weren't pulling their weight in drama, you know. So that's where a lot of the drama comes from. I mean, people have just literally lost their minds over a job, and I'm like, dude, there are way more jobs out there, you know, in corporate America than in the city of Glendale, or even if you guys want to, you know, still kick it in Glendale, you know, there are other jobs available. Like, this is not the only job. But my wife and I, we know they'll never get another job like that ever again. You know, I mean, 3K, 4K, you know, and your job wasn't hard, free lunches, you know, there was travel, hotels, like Todd. I mean, London, New York, limousine ride, buying suits and everything. They'll never, ever get that again. So, you know, we understand the hurt and why that mentality of destruction is there. Like, if I can't have it, nobody can have it. We're going to pull this down. You know, it's a sickness. You don't get something, so you want to prevent other people from getting things. You know, it's crazy. And these are people, here was crazy. Here are people who know the mission. They know, they've answered phone, they've spoken with people over the phone, and how Djehuty still helps save lives, how Tootie Mara helps save lives, his information, the videos, and the articles. And it's just amazing when people don't get what they want. It's like, fuck all that. We don't give a fuck about all that, nigga. Fuck that destruction. Fuck that, nigga. I'm out. I'm not getting paid anymore. Fuck that. You know, I'm pulling a plug on this motherfucker. I'm gonna destroy this bitch. And it's like, wow. It's like, wow. You really gotta push people out to really see what they're made up of. And everybody who was pushed out, you can see that they were never in it for the most part, from the heart perspective anyway, because they all acted a fool. They all attempt to tarnish the reputation. There's Todd, there's Corey, there's Forrest and his son, Forrest Jr., Black Gump. The email came out from Black Gump, his son. And you just see that. You know, you just really see it. And it's you take Erosion, you take Roxy, you take Shamaka, all females. All females. And it's not a lot of them, but it's Satori. These are the ones who are down. These are the ones who are still here. These are strangers. I just met these people. And they're down. Shamaka is down. Roshan is down. But the people, I've known Todd for like 10 years. Corey dating back to D Herb's 2007, I believe. 2007, 2008. Gump going back to 2001. Sovereignty. You know, Danny, 20 years. 1994. And it's amazing what people will let a job do over so-called friendship. I mean, it really shows people up. Like, these 20 years is nothing because you deducted my salary that I wasn't really worthy of in the first place, and I knew it. And I expected you to know my personal circumstances. You're supposed to be my brother. Why would you do that to me, Tootie? So you know what? All these 20 years of you helping me and me helping you and all of that is gone. It's like when my pops told me about being in a relationship with a woman. He said, son, there comes a time where a woman's going to act like you never did anything for her. And that's true for just all relationships across the board. You can do 19 things for a person. But on the 20th time you don't do something for a person, the 19 is automatically erased. And it's big. It's big. I mean, you could say, yeah, in relationships dealing with like females. But I say it's across the board with African Americans. It's a trip. And not just African American, the same thing with those who just happen to be Armenian, you know, a few Caucasians, Asians. I mean, everybody really, for the most part, got the boot. You know, too much familiarity, too much comfort, convenience, you know, sabotaging the business, you know. So when Mr. Nice showed that other side, people trip the hell out like, oh my God, he's the boogeyman. They don't look at it that, oh, this man has a business to maintain. You know, this business is his livelihood, not just all of our livelihood, but his own personal livelihood. You know, people are a trip, but it's a great experience. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. I wouldn't go to business school. I wouldn't trade it in for business school. Heck no, because that's all theory. That's all theory. This is all experience, you know. But the thing about it is, it doesn't surprise me, you know. It just, but just to just see it like, and not just from one individual, but several individuals. You know, as long as people are getting, I love you, you cool. And when they stop, nigga, fuck you. And it just goes to show you that people are just really out for themselves. And that's why they're out. That's why they're struggling. That's why they're trying to get, you know, workers' comp or unemployment, what have you. They're out. They don't have any creativity. They don't have any creativity at all to do what I'm doing. And see, that's why I'm straight, because see, my heart is in this. I don't get fired. You see, I don't get fired because I created the whole shebang. And I stay creative. You know, I keep bumping elbows with the people. You see, so after the fact, you take my man Gump. Gump's like, fuck it, I'm hurt. You know, acting like a bitch. He's a Pisces, and you Pisces dude, bitch made, you know. And he's still my boy, still got love for him. You know, we could never be the way we used to be. But his whole thing is, because Shamika called me and said, what do you think about, you know, Forrest helping me? And I gave this dude the benefit of the doubt and said, hi to brother. You know, he ain't good at finishing stuff. You know, I mean, Forrest probably finished about 10% of 100% of things we talked about. A lot of talking, you know, because Pisces like to believe and dream and, you know, but that follow is just not there. You need an earth sign to follow through. So I told Shamak, I said, if you can get him to finish, then cool. I said, but you got to watch him because his mind is all over the place. Man, T, I ordered this, I ordered that. And I'm like, you making them white boys money. You buying all this software, but you ain't showing me nothing. We had that problem at D-Herb. That's why he got into it with 80 and Jamel. You know, he was talking this talk about this software that was going to, you know, make us boom with sales. We purchased the software for damn near $6,000. He didn't understand it. He couldn't come through. We had to get a refund. Luckily, we got a refund. You know, so he ended up getting mad at those cats because they grilled him, which is understandable in business. You talk, brother. You talk a good game, but you don't come through. You don't. It's the hustler mentality. And I've always known you had it. But I also see your ability, though. That's the thing about me. I see people's ability. So I've always seen Gump's ability. If you work, you're going to get somewhere. But the hustler mentality. So you think that, okay, so you're going to help Shamika by just sending out an email to several people who sent the email to me saying that the FDA has shut down D-Health Store for FDA violations. You know, of course, this didn't happen. So therefore, go to Shamika MD or what have you and get herbs there. And I'm like, dude, I mean, emotions is like it will straight blind the hell out of you because it's like, dude, I'm still going to make money if people go to Shamika because I produce Shamika herbs. So it's like people don't even think like, damn, you know, the nigga still going to make money because shit, he makes Shamika stuff. And it's like, don't try to play, don't do that there because that's my girl there, you know. And if you give people a choice between the products, they're going to purchase the health store because Djehuty Matra is more known and the products are cheaper. I have superior products for cheaper prices. And that's what people just can't seem to understand. I mean, that's why you hear me say I'm invincible. I'm invincible in the sense that pertaining to certain people, nothing can trespass against me. Superior products, I'm always give sales, you know, great prices, but I've done something that others have not and just will not do, and I have given of myself freely. I mean, damn near 1,000 videos, damn near 1,000 articles. I have given, I have traveled, I have spent I spent thousands of dollars in 2013. Nobody would do what I've done, and especially in the black community, and spend their own money to bring the message to the people. New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Berkeley, London, etc. And it's like, you guys can't challenge that because people are not stupid. People don't know of Forrest Patrick. They only know of you because of me. They don't know of Corey Hall. They only know of a Corey Hall because of me. They don't know a Todd Lynham. They only know of a Todd Lynham because of me. Because of me. Because I mention you guys. Like Tupac said, fucking around with me, I'll make you famous. So now you're not with me. Nobody hears of you people. Nobody hears of you guys. It's a wrap. You guys don't have it. You know, Todd is not trying to learn and do herbs. Todd is back with his old female who left him for a thug nigga, juiced her up, gave her a baby, and then this motherfucker's taking care of her and the baby after being dogged out. That's his focus. And I just told Todd, I said, you know what, man, I just wish you the best in life, man. Go do your thing. Cause you doing some shit I could not do. I'm sorry. I don't have a drop of simp in my ass. Screw that. I'm straight up gangster. And I ain't talking about Crip blood gangster. Not at all. But it's just certain shit I can't do. Same thing with my man Gump to go. It's just so you doing shit I couldn't do. There's no way in the world I'm gonna be part of this D Health Store bandwagon, right? And everything that we witness, this magic. And go back to the restaurant business? Fuck no, hell no. Look at these people. Corey, you back answering phones getting punked by AD and Djehuty. You guys go backwards. Not me. Not me. I'm doing my thing, Lightworker Academy. I'm doing the lectures. 4785 Santa Monica Boulevard. 1050 North Pacific Avenue. So you guys can just talk and talk and talk, but people are not stupid. They're watching. People watch me galore. Even some of the old employees, I have this, Armenian females, like, I see that the business is still open on Facebook, and I don't understand how come I can't have a job. Please hire me. I can't take care of my family. And she's saying that, the business is still open because of certain moves. Now I'll address these moves in another video. But if you go to thehealthstore.com and you look at contact us and you start seeing address changes and stuff like that, that was me working a move that I attempted to work with Djehuty. That's what led to a lot of what transpired between Djehuty. These guys could not understand that business move. The Health Store blew up so fast I could not implement this business plan until recently. And so taking the advice of my business strategist, her name is Shella, white girl, is bad. Everything just culminated like, look here, just payroll with just, look at these people here, look at all these complaints, and look at this, it's coming from these people. You're paying these people for these complaints. These people are perfunctory. I mean, just everything. I was like, it's a wrap. I'm doing everything now to further this mission because I knew I did not have the help. So we booted 3/4 of the staff. It's a little rough now with a few people handling most of the duties, but I'll tell you, there's great improvement. There's great improvement. You see, all the lectures, flying Tommy Sotomayor in, bringing Lennon Honor in, paying these people speakers fee. It's a lot of money involved in these lectures, and there's no money really being made from these lectures. You can look at the admission price of these lectures. There's no profit being made. We're not doing that for profit. So people are like, well, damn, how are you doing that? I'd rather pay Tommy Sotomayor, Lennon Honor, Nubia Sutton, LaShawna Nicole, and all of these other people who are coming in to speak because I pay them a speaker's fee. And that freed up money came from getting rid of perfunctory performing individuals. That's where it came from. Saved a fortune. So savings can go up. I can do Lightworker Academy to finance that because that's going to be some serious work. That's some serious finance. I got a lot of construction going on in 1015. Where's the money coming from? It's coming from where it's always been. It's just available now because I clipped the people that money was associated with. And that's why this particular female, I watch on Facebook, the Health Store is still in existence. So how come I can't have my job? Well, we don't exist to just give you a job. We exist for people to do the work to help us with this mission. And a lot of people were not there to help. They were there for a paycheck. This same particular female didn't even speak to me for 2 weeks. Because I just told her, I said, your job's on the line. You too masculine. You Armenian, but you masculine. You got an ugly voice and you engage the customers and you're gonna always have problems. You are an Armenian woman and every issues with a black woman, and black women are yang, you yang, a lot of Armenian females are yang. It's gonna always be a problem that I have to step in and solve. So no. So she knew I really wasn't feeling her and she was on her way out. And so she stopped speaking. But now it's like, can I have a job? I need a job. My family is suffering. I can't provide for my family. That's not my responsibility. You better go to Jehovah. She's a Jehovah Witness too. You better go to Jehovah and ask Jehovah for a job. Because see, what I'm into, what I believe, it works for me. So, see, this is a random talk video. I hope it comes out. It's a test video. Because I've had technical difficulty for the past 3 weeks with this Kajabi. I'm still learning it. You know, it ain't 100%. It ain't as easy as YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, you know, but we'll see how it go. Because I ain't gonna lie, you know, there were thoughts like, hey, let me just refund people. Fuck this shit. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Let me just write. Fuck people, you know. And I be saying that because, you know, people be like, yo, man, where the videos at, this and that. And it's like, motherfucker, you don't know all that I do. And you riffing on some goddamn videos, ungrateful motherfucker. I would have cursed the fuck out of people if I had access to Djehuty Speaks in the past 3 weeks. Because I don't take no shit from people. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. You sitting on your monkey ass, a slave to the matrix, and I'm dealing with all that I'm dealing with, you know, creating new businesses, creating a schedule, getting these guest speakers to come out here to drop knowledge, West Coast House of Consciousness, creating employment for people who truly believe in the mission. And unfortunately, it's just not a lot of African Americans. It's just not. We're not anti-African American. They're just not. It turns into a money thing. If they start making $3,000 a month, they get comfortable. We can't have that. We can't. We just can't. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, all these online courses, it takes time to write the course manual for astrology and law and business and things like that. You know, ain't nobody doing anything. It's like I'm the only cat in this scenario doing all the work and other people just sitting back and they got the nerve to riff. You ain't doing shit. You unknown because you ain't doing shit. All the people that I just talked about that I gave the axe to, they're unknown. They're not doing anything. See, I'm known because, see, I've been doing things the past 20 years. And see, it's payoff time. So that's why the money is flowing through. And they don't like that, you know. And I knew a lot of these people, they didn't want Djehuty Speaks to work. Because they saw it as, damn, another revenue stream. This nigga was knocked out to be knocked in. And they didn't like that. Because they're not making money. You know, they don't have a premium membership site. They're not making money. They don't have this access here. You know, that's why I tell people, it's like, no matter what you do to me, I'm going to benefit. I'm going to benefit. Always. Good karma. Jupiter in the 12th house. I got too much knowledge. I'm going to just be honest. I know I probably sound arrogant. I just got too much knowledge not to succeed. And that's why I go public now and say, hey, you know what? Like Tupac, all eyes on me. You can watch me. You can watch me. And you can judge me predicated upon watching me. And you can take that to the bank. It's 2014. And we're doing some things out here. And I'm excited. I've always wanted to do that. I spoke last Saturday, 4785, and it was beautiful. It was the first time we had an event like that. You know, it was just the beginning. But it was beautiful. Like, wow, I'm doing my own thing in my own place. And it was beautiful. My girls went hard. Erosion, Satori, Roxy, Kyla. I mean, all females, man. It's like I feel like the biblical Jesus dude and all the females, the various Marys around me. Females. No dudes. All gone. But it ain't like the psychics didn't tell me in the past about black male envy. I knew. I knew. So, and it's a trip because my man, Eric, who's on the scene, who's African American, he's really the catalyst for a lot of this. I mean, my life and the business really changed when Eric came on board because he was the one who introduced Mateo, he's Caucasian, and Shella, also a Caucasian. He's the one who introduced myself to these people. He's black, he's African American. He's Virgo, he business. These people just get the job done. And it ain't biased and none of this stuff that you're probably hearing about. And no, these people are straight business. And Mateo has been a blessing. Eric has been a blessing. And Shella, business strategist, has been a blessing. Because without Shella, it would have been business as usual. So here's somebody who can look at trends. You know, here's someone who helped businesses thrive. We brought her on board. She's great. She's great. You're doing great things. But your weight is these employees. And then she's tracing, you know, certain things back to like certain people. You're paying for this activity. You know. And I knew people wasn't 100, but I'm the type, I believe in redemption. Let me bring it to your attention. Sit back and see if you're going to change. And niggas just ain't going to change. And that's just real. It's just not real. So like Shella says, you give them a certain amount of time and then bam, it's your choice. I'm suggesting bam, but it's your choice. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm a businessman. So I'm always do what's best for the business. And I did, you know. So I'll take all the blows, you know, the cats who want to attack me on the internet, what have you, you know, thinking they got it made now because I'm not on YouTube. You know, if I was on YouTube, I'd spank that ass, you know. But I'm not even going there, you know what I'm saying? I've been spending my time writing course manuals and making herbal coffees. I'm always investing in stuff that's just bringing more money to myself. And, you know, it's crazy. How you going to be around a person like me and not learn? I mean, even like Gump, dude, you working for somebody else again, man. Come on with all that knowledge. It's like the dudes on the street talking about the black man is God. But they're working for somebody else. Come on, G. All these cats. Every last one of y'all supposed to have your own herbal company, predicated upon what you learn from myself. And I don't mind. I don't care. It's no big deal. I mean, look at my former partners. I'm not tripping on them. These cats spent a fortune. Steve Harvey trying to do all type of stuff. And I still did double without it. I'm solidified. I'm straight. So there's room for everybody else to do their thing. Get in here. You ain't gonna get as much as me, but you know there's something to get. All of these people supposed to have their own herbal business, predicated upon what they learned from working with myself. And I don't mind if people use certain things. You could even take the formula, switch it around. I don't care. You just can't use my name and my picture. See, that's what helps my products to sell. So you can take the formulas. I don't care. I have no fear. I can let people come in this apartment, which is a library, and have access to all these books. There's no fear. Because see, just because you got access to something doesn't mean you're going to know how to apply. That's why I never triple my information. Tootie, you give out too much free information. I don't trip. I know most people are going to have difficulty applying the information. They're going to have difficulty comprehending. They're going to have difficulty filtering. They're going to have difficulty applying, and I know that. So I don't trip. That's why I give it away. It ain't like I got any competition. No, it's too much for most people. It's too much. And that was a big problem at D Health Store. 2,000 products, nobody wanted to learn. Nobody. Forrest, Todd, nobody. They learn a few things and they stick with that. So every customer, they tell them the same thing. The same thing. They don't know how to green coffee bean, graviola, golden seal, you know, agrimony. There's only one person. Bloop. Dirty Montrock. I paid the cost to be the boss, so I'm going to always benefit. Always. Always. It's in my chart. It's in my chart. People just didn't learn. They just didn't learn. These people are supposed to have their own business. I would not be mad at them. As a matter of fact, I would help. Just like Shamika. I help Shamika because I see her desire to do her thing. I see her desire. She studies. She makes videos. And the same thing with Lashana. I look at these people. I'm like, they got it. They're working. And it's usually mostly females, you know. And these are new people. And I see them. I see erosion. I see that desire. I'm like, wow. You know, females are more ambitious than like the males. And, you know, they've started things. And I'm like, you know what? I desire to help these people. That's just my nature. That's just my nature. So anyway, so, you know, dealing with that stuff there, the schedules, you know, for the lectures, man, you know, getting these people out here, you know, airfare and the schedule and making sure that's straight. Who speaks at 12, who speaks at 2 or 3, and whoo, it's some work. End of the year business stuff, man, you know, your final taxes and what have you, and then incorporating your new businesses and setting up bank accounts, and so a lot of it was all at the same time, you know. Creating new products. I'm excited about that. You know, I got to pick the labels, and man, you know, I got the herbology course, you know, still jumping off, and I got the course manual that's growing. My goals have stopped at 400 pages. I mean, it's just a lot, man, just nonstop. I mean, you got so much knowledge, you're free, you love what you do. Time doesn't exist in your world. I mean, time is an illusion anyway. We all know that, you know, and it just, it just goes. It just goes. But for me, the most important thing in this time is my family, my children. Because children grow real fast. And I don't care what I'm going through. I don't care about my growth. I don't care about that stuff. I care about my family, you know, just to stop back and just look at my children. Because to me, that's my reality. You know, business, money, and YouTube, and video. To me, that's all an illusion. What's real for me is my family, you know, my children, looking at them having a good time at amusement parks. You know, we went to Magic Mountain, Six Flags Magic Mountain 2 weeks ago. And I was just standing there in the park, just like, wow, you know, 20 something years ago, well, not 20 something years ago, probably, let's see here, this is what, 2014? So let's say 1976, 78, 76, 77, 78. We used to go to a lot of amusement parks starting around the mid to late uh, 70s. So, you know, let's say like 34, 35, 36 years ago, I'm looking at my wife, looking at my children. I'm like, man, that used to be myself and my siblings and my parents here, this very park. And I'm like, man, moms and pops have made their transition and we're all grown now. And it's like, it's a cycle. It's like repeating the cycle. And I'm there with my children. And it's just a great feeling, man. I mean, that to me, that's the greatest reward. You know, looking at these human beings growing up, you know, and I'm able to do things that my father wasn't able to do for me because he didn't have the knowledge. And my children are off to a way better start, you know, and, you know, it just makes me feel good, you know, and I just look at my wife and I was like, man, we came together and we produced them, you know. We just doing our thing, husband and wife, and you know, day and age where marriage doesn't really mean anything. It's not about marriage. You fuck, shack up, make babies, you know, and, you know, the two parents end up in different places and dropping the children off on the weekends and all that crazy stuff. And I'm like, wow, in 2014, you know, we're doing family. We're doing the things that I witnessed as a little boy, you know. And, you know, it feels good, you know. It just really feels good to see your children have a good time. And they're free of all the BS, you know, right now they're free of all the BS, you know. And it's just a trip, man, when you take children. You know, adults are just some hypocrites, man. That's why children love me so much. You know, and the angels always tell me periodically through angel card readings that you have a gift working with small children. And it's true. And children always gravitate toward me because I just tell them the truth. I really do. I mean, you know, we teach children all of the stuff that they're not going to see in the world, you know, when they become adults and they get through with high school or college. They're not going to see all this stuff that they're taught. It's all bullshit, you know. And I tell children, I told all my children, it's just bullshit. When my ex-wife called me about school stuff, I was like, don't call me. I don't really care about that shit. They're not going to remember it when they get adults. It's not going to matter. Yeah, because life is going to kick in. So I'm going to give them information that's going to help them deal with life when it kicks in. Okay, we talk about like real life, real type of stuff, usually ugly type of stuff that they have to deal with. So fuck all this shit they learning in school. And they're not even learning, they're being inculcated. You know, they're being inculcated. So I don't care about all that shit. And I'm the type of parent, I'm like that. It's bullshit. And all of my children are like me. I have a son who's 5 and, you know, and he's homeschooled. You know, we have instructors that come out. You know, and after a while, they get tired or bored of that stuff. And like my little son of 9, you know, he's little me. Looks just like me. Everybody know he's little me. And he's like, Daddy, I don't like school. And I say, you know, I say to him, I know the feeling, son. I know the feeling. And I talk to him. I say, look, man, it's all BS. But when you're your age, these are things that you are inculcated with to help you make it because you're spiritual and material. You're in this world and you got to deal with BS. So you have to learn about the BS in order to make the BS work for you. Same thing I told my daughter and they get it. And so I flip it and I say, look, man, you know, your moms, all these women here we have in the house and nannies and stuff, you know, they on this whole instruction type of thing, education type of thing, man. So it's like a lot of money is being spent on it, man. You know, and it is not that it doesn't serve a purpose. You know, it does. It serves a minimal purpose. You know, like the Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. You know, there's knowledge in that. You know, at one point I didn't believe that. I was anti the Pledge of Allegiance. Wouldn't stand up at Dodger games, you know, Clipper games. I wouldn't stand up, you know, for the Pledge of Allegiance. But when I got into law, when I got into sovereignty, I'm like, oh, snap. It mentions republic and not democracy. I can use that in debates. You know, it was a trip. You know, I'm like, this is wow. Unto the republic for which it stands. It didn't say democracy, it said republic. I said, okay, I'm about to run with that. You know, so I started getting back into things and like, oh, okay, it was cool that I learned this, you know. So I passed that on to my children. It helps them to be able to defend in the matrix. And you're gonna have to defend when you're a black sheep, when you're a quack reversal, you're gonna have to defend in the matrix. That's just how it is. And my children say, okay, daddy. And I say, look, man, you doing some quid pro quo. Okay, they want something from you. What do you want from them that you'll get from me? And he'll say something like, you know, I want to go to Target, I want to go to Toys R Us, I want to go to the movies, what have you. I said, you got a deal. You work, you get rewarded. Smile comes to the face, they go do the thing, it's done, it's a wrap, and bam. You know, because the females, they don't handle things like myself. You know, they have a nanny, her name is Nellie. She's Hispanic, you know. Then they have Miss Allison, she's a Caucasian. And these are worldly people. And the women make a big deal out of stuff. You know, it's like the world is coming to an end because a child doesn't want to learn on a particular day. You know, and I'm the type, see, luckily for them, I've been busy. Because luckily I'm the type like, yo, okay, he gonna hang with me today. Because that's what I do with my boys. Like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it was my son, Asar. He's 3. And he just wasn't in the mood. He says, Daddy, I want to go with you. I said, come on, man. Get your shoes. Put your shoes on. You coming with me. Well, he has eyes. That's okay. One day ain't gonna hurt him. He's rolling with his pops today. And he hung out with me handling business. Went to the warehouse, you know, checked up on the Lightwork Academy, the Glendale store, took him to the LA store, went to the corporate office suite, you know, we went to Robex and got a smoothie. He loved it. He enjoyed it. And around 2 o'clock, he was getting sleepy. I took him home. It's no big deal. No big deal. So that's why children are always going to love me. I ain't got time for the bullshit. I know it's bullshit. I know it. So I'm just not going to just let them do some bullshit. I'm going to break some stuff down to them. You always got to get a benefit. I cannot be with my oldest daughter, my eldest daughter, without her just picking my brain. I mean, she comes over and just bloop, she sits right next to me. She loves the conversation. She loves the truth. So much is going on in the world. And in the public food system, they get so much bullshit and she knows it now. So, I mean, it's like I have to be prepared to just really she's a Taurus like myself. And so I really have to be prepared to just spend all of this one-on-one time with her because she's a truth seeker. She's a truth seeker. And you're probably saying, Djehuty, you got children in public schools. This is from a previous marriage, man. You know, I'm still doing me. But, you know, the woman decides to do her thing. You know, it's not that she ever came out of it. Just being with me, it blocked her. So I don't trip. Because to see if I trip, then I'm not going to see my children. I'm going to be in court. It's going to be ugly. Like how it was. So I promised my girl, Gail White, who was responsible for me seeing my children again. She said, Djehuty, I know how you can be. You know, you can be hard on these sisters, and I need you to be quiet, and because I need those children in your life, because I want to see y'all succeed, and I care about your children, and Djehuty, you leave that girl alone, and I said, okay, Gail. I was manical. I said, okay. Okay, because the goal was to get my children back in my life. Because even though Gail was friends with my ex-wife, Gail's an older sister in her 50s, so she know what time it is, and she saw. She's like, Djehuty, your son got rashes on him from eczema, and I know you got that knowledge, and that girl's hurt. So Gail stepped in, talked some female sense to her. 2 weeks later, I had my children back. You know, I resumed paying child support. The only reason why I stopped is because I couldn't see the children. She commoditized my children. You know, so I'm like, if I can't see them, then I can't pay. You know, she wanted me to pay, but she took away, you know, my ability to see them. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You want something, I want something. You want money, I want to see my children. Well, the money is to take care of your children. It doesn't matter quid pro quo, something for something. You want me to send money to take care of children that you won't allow me to see. Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, come on. Hey, I'm a Taurus, I'm Mars and Gemini, come on. So anyway, and I hope this information helped those of you, because I still deal with the brothers, and look, man, my son got eczema, and my woman or my ex-woman, she's of the world feeding them French fries and McDookies and this and that, and you know what, G, it is what it is. It is what it is. You're not going to get through to certain people. You can't force nobody to do what you feel is best for them. You just can't. And if you got children, just do the best you can do when you have that child. When I have my children, I do the best that I can do. I drop that knowledge on their ass. I don't care about their age. Truth is truth. Papa don't fake the funk for nobody. I tell them the truth. So my children just, they cling to me. All of them. I'm just that type of father. So tell cats, man, it is what it is, man. You know, that's your ex. She of the world. She, you know, you got to respect that, man. You got to respect her choice. But man, she's harming my children. And I would do. Come on now. You know she wasn't 100% when you got with her. We all know that. Let's keep it real. We all know that. But you know, the titties, the booty, that you know, the hips, thighs, shit. It you know, it takes away. You know, from facts, from truth. We ain't trying to see it, cause we trying to see something else. See, so we got to take responsibility for our choices. See. Because when you're in a relationship and everything is honky-dory, you hitting the skins, busting nuts, you ain't tripping on nothing. You know she ain't 100%. Now, my case was a little different because, I mean, the girl, I mean, just did everything. But it wasn't from here. I don't think it was from here. I mean, she did it, the raw foods, vegan, all of that. But then after us, to go back to cheese and wine and all that stuff, that's like, nah. It could not have sunk in. You can't experience this and go back to that. No way in the world. Not if it's in here. No. No. And I know a lot of it was anger. Let me get back at him and let me go back to this. And you only hurt yourself. You know, very sad to look at her. I mean, the way she's aged, the way the Matrix has just spanked her ass. Like, damn, girl, you was like a little butterfly. I mean, girl, you was vibrant at one point. Your hair was long. I look at pictures. God damn, look at it now. And it's sad, man. Because this was a person who was doing certain things and benefited from it. You know, and you look at it now, and it's like, God damn, this Matrix, let me tell you something. The Matrix will whoop your ass, man. The Matrix will whoop your ass, people. To whoop your ass. And I see it in people, males and females alike. But see, females, you know, you guys got those fatty reserves. So when y'all eating all this sugar and this processed food and the refined so-called foods and sugars, man, you know, that sugar converts to fat and you just get thick. My ex-wife was petite. You see, back in the day, I used to like petite females. But, you know, all that eating and living is just like, damn, I never thought that you could be like your mother. Because her mother's like 400-something pounds. I mean, the Matrix owned her ass. I mean, she big as a house. You know, and it's like, damn, and just to see this female who was petite back in the late 90s, man, just, you know, getting thick and stuff and just looking the age is sad. You know, it's just like, wow, like you really had potential. And your life, it just shows all in your face and your eyes. Yeah, and I try not to stay in her presence so long, you know, because, you know, even though I just got my hair cut, what have you, know, hey, I'm living this thing here, you know, so I hear that I look like a little boy, a teenager all the time. So I don't try to be around people from my past who look in their age, older than what their age really is, because, you know, people get jealous, people get upset. So I do my best not to stay around, you know, certain individuals, because, you know, life is beautiful for me, man. You know, life is beautiful. I mean, no matter, you know, what I go through, you know, the illusion of time not being enough, what have you. I mean, life is really beautiful. You know, and you know what? And it does feel good, excuse me. It does feel good being back, recording. Like I said, it's a test video. I don't know if it's going to come out. If it comes out, you got a treat. If not, then, you know, Christina, Eric, and we got more work to do. But, you know, life is beautiful, you know, and I'm writing again. It feels good. I wrote a new article called Astrology and the Law of Attraction, you know. And oh, man, it's just a great feeling. Here I go. See, I'm excited now. It's just a great feeling. Knowledge is great. You know, everything I have in my life is because of knowledge. I mean, everything. I mean, knowledge is the key. Knowledge. I was talking to a cat who came to a lecture last week, and I was talking to him for a bit. I said, knowledge is the key. I said, knowledge will get you everything you want, right? Because the brother was like, well, you know, man, how do I get this, brother? I've watched you, and, you know, brother, and like, how do I? And I'm like, knowledge. You got to get the knowledge. You got to apply the knowledge, man. I mean, everything a cat wants. And I'm saying cat pertaining to a male, but same thing apply to female. Everything you want, you can get with knowledge. Job, career, money, house, desired mate, soulmate, sex, food, whatever type of food, vegan, raw foods, whatever. But I mean, just to travel, whatever it is. Knowledge is that genie, man. Knowledge of the law of attraction, law of the law or the art of action, allowing, deliberate creation or intent, all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge, people. Knowledge is the key. Man, I miss doing random talks on Fridays. It's Friday morning here. What is it? January 17th, I believe. It just feels good. Day is off to a great start. Fridays have always been my favorite day of the week. It's the only day of the week named after a female. And it links to Freya, also known as Frigg, which links back to Venus, who's also known as a Set. And Friday is the only day of the week named in honor of a female. So you start dealing with, what's that? Monday is named after the moon. You have Tuesday named after a male, Tuwas. Wednesday is named after Odin, a male. Thursday is named after Thor, a male. Saturday is named after Saturn, a male. And Friday is the only day of the week named after a woman. So that's always been, significant to myself. That whole interaction with the woman. I was reading my natal chart, the book of Djehuty, 100 pages. Don't ask me to provide it. It's not for sale. It was at one point, but it's too tedious, and people become impatient. And when people become impatient, I get rid of something. It's not worth it to me. I like peace of mind. Like consultation. Do you miss the money from consultation? No, I don't. I enjoy the peace of mind, because I have a lot of people. My people are spoiled. The customers, they're spoiled. And they act like I have no life, and I'm just there for them. And they don't understand my demand. I'm not going to even lie to you. There'd be some days I wake up, I just want to just hit Facebook and Twitter and be like, a public notice. We're so sorry to inform you that Djehuty Matra has died. I'm not going to even lie to you. There'll be thoughts of like faking my death, man, just to get the hell away from people, man. People just, they don't have I got rid of Ask Djehuty. If you go to dhealthstore.com, you don't even see Ask Djehuty. It's like, I don't even care. It's a demand that will never be fulfilled, ever, And my man, Damon did a great job, but I recognize that the more we give, the more people are going to want. So I'm taking things away from people. This is it's a strategy. It's a strategy that I've always known about, but that's where I'm at. You don't see a lot of sales on dhealthstore.com anymore, and people are purchasing the stuff at like regular price, as they always did, and I knew they would. But that being too nice. And then people take it for granted. They don't understand. You have a sale, the stuff runs out. We ain't ordering this stuff in. We got to make this stuff. Ma'am, it takes 2 weeks to make the extract. It takes 2 days to make a cream. And I know y'all used to all this bullshit that uses chemicals and made like that. I will never do business like that. So if you don't understand how I make my products and how I do my thing, then fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't come to my face with that bullshit. All right? Because I'm not part of your world, this fast-paced world, and just get shit so you can just have it. Motherfucker, because I know you. You just want to get some shit. You want to order some shit and be excited you ordered something and can't wait till it comes. And when it comes, then bloop, it's gone. Now you got to order something else. Please, I know how I go. I know how I go looking for shit to come in. When it comes in, it's like, oh, a week or two later, that shit is in a corner somewhere. So don't be messing with me on some bullshit. I'm seriously busy up in this joint here. So anyway, people, it's a test video. Hopefully it comes out. If it does, it'll be a random talk. There's only one place you can see it, DjehutiSpeaks.com. It looks like I'm back in. I can upload. I can make new videos. And if that's the case, then it's on and popping. I really hope that this video comes out. I know you're probably saying, well, Djehuty, why in the hell would you speak for 1 hour if it was a test video? You could have made a 5-minute video. Well, y'all know me. You know me. I always got something to say. I talk a lot. Mars and Gemini. Berberia. In case you're not knowing. So, but anyway, we will see. And again, if it's the case, then it's on and popping. I will be back constantly with new content that you can only see here at DjehutiSpeaks.com.